I'm David Charvet with Charvet Classic Cars. We're here in the showroom today with a 1934 Ford Model 40 Deluxe Roadster. I'll be back to tell you more about it after you take a closer look. As I've talked about before, when Ford introduced the V8, it really set the automotive world on its ear. It was the first affordably priced V8 automobile, and Ford sold millions of them over the years. By 1934, the design had been refined, the engine had been refined, and this, in many people, considered to be the pinnacle year for the Ford V8 during the 1930s. In 1934, they produced 563,921 Ford V8s in all body styles, but of those, only 5,071 were the Deluxe Roadster. So they're not a common car, but they were certainly popular, and popular later among hot rodders and people who wanted to modify cars, and very few of these have really survived today in totally stock condition, which this one is. It had a full restoration about 10 years ago, and it brought it back to absolutely factory condition. Ford made a lot of money with the V8 in 1934. They actually showed their first profit since 1930. These cars were so popular. So these really struck a chord with people, and even today, they are still revered as among the finest of the Ford V8s. The color in this car is vineyard green. It's a really pretty color. It's a subtle green. It's not really a bright green, but it really is elegant and stylish with this car. It's very correct throughout. There's a triple straw yellow pinstripe on it, which is correct, the 3 stripes for 34. Lots of detail went into this car too during the restoration. Again, the body was stripped to bare metal. It was a full frame-off restoration. Paint was done, and it looks gorgeous today, and every bit as good as it probably did when it rolled out of the factory in 1934. The chrome was all redone as well, and there's lots of it on this car, and it really gives it bling, as you might say today. The grille on the 34s is great. The slanted design, very Art Deco for the era. The little dip in the bumper as well gives it just that little bit of style that most inexpensive cars of the day didn't really have, not to this level. So again, it's no wonder that people still like these cars today. If we look inside, you'll see the interior was completely redone as well. It is a LeBaron Bonney interior, and of course they're no longer in business, but they were known as making really the best interiors for Ford cars of this era, and it is spot on and again correct in every detail. The convertible top, which is down right now with the boot, it's easy to put up and down. It too is a correct Hearts cloth top. If we move back to the rumble seat area, you'll see that too is equally as nice as the rest of the car. It's got the side steps on the right side fender to step up into the rumble seat. And it's fun for taking people out and friends out and have the experience of actually riding in a rumble seat. Mechanically, these cars were really advanced too as well. Again, not just being the V8 engine. This was the refined V8 engine by 1934. Produces 85 horsepower. This has the aluminum cylinder heads and also a Stromberg two-barrel carburetor. It's the EE1 carburetor, so it gives that little bit of extra oomph. And this car on the road, as you will see during the drive, it responds really well. It's fast, it's smooth, it's just really a pleasure to drive. Let's take a look inside now. You know, this really is a comfortable car. Inside, it's equally as nice as the outside. It seats well. I'm 6 foot tall, a little over 6 foot, and this certainly is really comfortable. It only sits on a 112-inch wheelbase, so it's not a really big car outside, but you do have plenty of room inside as a Roadster. Wind wings on each side as well with mirrors, so it does cut down the draft on it when you're driving with the top down or the top up. The full complement of gauges, the dashboard is lovely. It's wood grained and it looks really nice. Being a deluxe model, of course, it has the wood graining. The gauges read from left to right. You have the fuel gauge, you have the temperature gauge, and in the center the speedometer, and on the right side you have the oil pressure gauge, or really an oil gauge that tells you when oil is flowing and being pushed through the system. It shows off and on. When you step on it, you'll see it kick up and the oil pressure is up to point where it says on. It's really a simple gauge. Also, the amp gauge below shows you when it's charging. In the center, it has the addition of the radio where normally the ashtray drawer would be, and this radio was restored and works. However, there was no antenna ever hooked up. You had a couple of choices for antennas in 1934. One was under the running board, and a lot of people got that. There was also an antenna that would go around where the spare tire is at. So unusual. And you could also later, if you wanted to, an easy way is to put the mast antenna here on the side of the cowl. So that can be done as well, your choice. But again, at this point, there is no antenna hooked up to the radio, but it is a correct Ford factory radio. And it really has a pretty good sized glove box too, with plenty of room for anything you want to put in there incidentally. Gear shift knob is nice. Again, kind of a pearlescent finish on it, and it's just a really good package. This whole car just really sits nicely. Rear view mirror here, windshield wiper here, and you can also push out the windshield if you want more ventilation to come through. And in addition to that, you also have a cowl vent, which you can open and close here. So it really gives you lots of cooling on a summer day. If you're driving this when it's hot, it is really good. And I should say also, this car does run cool. It just goes right down the road. It's very responsive, and it is really a pleasure to drive. Well, let's go for a ride. It starts easily. And it shifts nicely too. Mechanical brakes stop it smooth and straight. Thank you. It accelerates quickly. No wonder Bonnie and Clyde like these cars. It runs whisper quiet. And the shock absorbers are good too. It really is a pleasure to drive. So if you have any questions about this Ford or any of the other cars we represent, feel free to call me at 503-309-7729 or find us online at charvetclassiccars.com. I'm David Charvet. Thanks for watching.